Selamat pagi Bapak dan Ibu, terima kasih atas kehadiran Bapak dan Ibu pada acara webinar Indonesia Biorefinery Future Outlook and Introduction of Technical Solution.
皆様、こんにちは。本日、インドネシアにおけるバイオリファイナリーの将来、展望と最新技術の紹介のウェビナーにご参加いただきまして、誠にありがとうございます。
Perkenalkan, saya Gracia Hana. Hari ini saya akan memandu jalannya webinar hari ketiga ini.
はじめまして、本日の司会を務めさせていただきます、グラシア・ハナと申します。そして、私は通訳のティサーと申します。よろしくお願いいたします。
Indonesia Biorefinery Future Outlook and Introduction of Technical Solution merupakan webinar yang diselenggarakan sebagai bentuk kolaborasi antara The New Energy and Industrial Development Organization atau NEDO yang merupakan badan pemerintah yang bergerak di bidang research and development sektor energi di Jepang. Bersama dengan Badan Pengkajian dan Penerapan Teknologi atau BPPT yang merupakan lembaga di bawah koordinasi Kementerian Riset dan Teknologi yang bertugas melakukan pengkajian dan penerapan teknologi di Indonesia.
インドネシアにおけるバイオリファイナリーの将来展望と最新技術紹介のウェビナーは、国立研究開発法人新エネルギー産業技術総合開発機構NEDO バンコク事務所ジャカルタオフィスとインドネシアの技術評価応用庁 BPPT と共同で開催をいたします。技術評価応用庁 BPPT 研究技術賞参加の機関でインドネシアの技術の研究と応用を行っている機関です。
Untuk memastikan acara webinar ini dapat berjalan dengan lancar, terdapat beberapa ketentuan yang wajib kita patuhi bersama. Antara lain, 1. Selama acara berlangsung, secara otomatis Zoom semua peserta akan di-set menjadi mute dan kamera akan non-aktif. Kedua, peserta tidak dapat memberikan komentar atau menyampaikan pertanyaan terkait materi secara lisan. Peserta hanya diperkenankan untuk memberikan komentar atau pertanyaan terkait materi secara tertulis pada kolom Q&A yang dapat dilakukan sejak presentasi mulai berlangsung.
このウェビナーをスムーズに実行するためにはいくつかの説明事項があります。1、ウェビナー中、すべての参加者のズームは自動的にミュートに設定され、カメラもオフになります。2、参加者は口頭でのコメントや質問をすることができませんが、質問等がございましたら、プレゼンテーション開始後、Q&A の欄にインドネシア語や英語で書いていただくことは可能です。
3. Presentasi akan dilakukan dalam bahasa Inggris. Penyampaian lainnya akan dilakukan dalam bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Jepang yang diterjemahkan ke dalam bahasa Indonesia oleh penerjemah secara beriringan. 4. Pada sesi tanya-jawab, moderator akan memilih pertanyaan yang sudah diajukan pada kolom Q&A untuk dijawab langsung oleh speaker dalam bahasa Indonesia dan diterjemahkan ke dalam pada saat sesi tanya-jawab, moderator akan memilih pertanyaan yang sudah diajukan pada kolom Q&A untuk dijawab langsung oleh speaker dalam bahasa Jepang ataupun Inggris yang diterjemahkan dalam bahasa Indonesia secara beriringan.
3. プレゼンテーションは英語で行われますが、それ以外、インドネシア語と日本語でお話しした場合は、逐次通訳が入ります。4. Q&A の時は、モデレーターがいくつかの質問を選んで、スピーカーは日本語で、またはインドネシア語で回答する場合は、逐次通訳が入ります。
Baiklah Bapak dan Ibu, kita akan memulai acara puncak kita yaitu presentasi dari para pembicara yang akan dipandu oleh Ibu Dr. Anis Herliati Masuna sebagai moderator. Ibu Anis Herliati Masuna adalah Head of Biotechnology Center di Badan Pengkajian dan Penerapan Teknologi. Kepada Ibu Anis, kami persilahkan untuk memandu presentasi dan diskusi.
さて、ご参加の皆様、ここからはプレゼンテーションセッションに移りたいと思います。本日のモデレーターはアニス・ヘリアティ・マスナ様です。 アニス・ヘルヤティ・マスナ様は技術評価応用庁バイオテクノロジーセンターのセンター長として務めております。それではアニス・ヘルヤティ様どうぞ。
Okay, thank you, Ms. Gracia Hanna. The Honorable Ms. Yurugi Yoshiko, Chief Representative of NEDO, ASEAN Representative Office Bangkok. The Honorable Dr. Hamam Riza, BPPT Chairman. The Honorable Professor Dr. Eniya Listiani Dewi, Deputy Chairperson BPPT. Distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, good morning, ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to NEDO BPPT Collaboration Seminar, Indonesia's Biorefinery Future Outlook and Introduction of Technical Solutions. My name is Anis Mahsuna. I am from BPPT. I will be responsible for hosting this third-day seminar session entitled Introduction of the Latest Biorefinery Solutions, Sustainable Plantation. In this session, we will have two presentations and a short speech by Professor Dr. Eniya Listiani Dewi. The speakers have a presentation time of 25 minutes, and I will remind the speakers of 5 minutes before the end of time. The two speakers are, one is Mr. Kengo FUKUI. He is Executive Officer, CEO Office, Chitose Bioevolution Pte Ltd. The topic is the systems for sustainable plantation, and he will have presentation about biotechnology for sustainable environment, maximizing the capacity of photosynthesis in Southeast Asia. The company is this Chitose group is the group of biotechnology-driven company which utilize their microorganism platform, microbe, algae, saline, and so on to develop a solution for agricultural and industrial purpose. The aim is to change the current fossil fuel and chemosynthesis dependent society to a photosynthesis and biotechnology dependent society. They will be introducing their technology related to agriculture and biomass utilization in Southeast Asia. And the second presenter is Dr. Engineer Teuku Tajuddin. He is specialist engineer at Biotechnology Center, BPPT. And the topic is seed technology, and the title of his presentation will be Oil Palm Seed Micropropagation Technology. Laboratory for Biotechnology, BPPT, is a non-ministerial government agency under the coordination of the Ministry of Research and Technology of the Republic of Indonesia, which has the task of carrying out government duties in the field of assessment and application of technology. So now we will have Mr. Fukui Kengo. Mr. Fukui Kengo,
yes.
Time is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, moderator, for introduction. My name is once again Kengo Fukui from Chitose Bioevolution. First of all, I would like to appreciate all the audience for attending this event, and at the same time, organizer for giving me this honorable opportunity to to introduce you about what Chitose Group does in Southeast Asia. So I'll just go right away to my slide deck. I hope you can see it. Has it been shared? Okay, so today I would like to introduce you to what Chitose Group does, cultivating earth with biotechnology, and also how we see the advantage in the Southeast Asian region. So our value proposition. So I guess we are all agreeable that to gain this sustainable society or sustainable ecology has been one of the biggest topics that has been discussed in the industries for past few years. And given that situation, biotechnology, especially industrial, agricultural, and food biotechnology, has been one of the biggest is expected as the main driver to achieve this sustainable society. So what has been made in petrochemical based is expected to basically change in more bio or organic manner. What we do as a Chitose group is we in fact engage in this industrial agriculture and food biotechnology to basically change to more rather photosynthetic society. So Chitose Group, once again, it's a group of 11 companies engaged in industrial agricultural biotechnology. We have a multiple or variant bioprocess development capability, which allow us to penetrate the industry like chemical, energies, agriculture, environment, down to life science. So instead of like focusing on drug pipeline or medication, we rather focus on how we can solve the environmental and like manufacturing problem with biotechnologies. So just to give you a nutshell, we are incorporated in 2009. We're currently a group of 11 subsidiaries or entities throughout 7 countries. Our staff is approximately 100. Most of them are scientists or engineers who's been engaged in technical development. Our headquarters, in fact, in Singapore, which I am currently stationed in. However, all the research and development has been currently done in Japan. Singapore office not only works as a headquarter, but rather also work as a outpost to transfer these technology that has been developed in Japan to the regional area. So as a group, as I mentioned, we're a group of company. On the top, we have a Chitose Bioevolution, which is a holding company. And right beneath this, we have a Chitose Laboratory in Japan, which is a powerhouse for our R&D. These company has a multiple division, which is microorganism, algae, cell line, flora, deal with the problem through various bioprocess. Once the technology has been developed or established, we will curve it out as a more individual company. So these 8 companies are the companies that has been established so far, which start from algae or like food, which tackles food problem or like agricultural problem, even down to like manufacturing of like a pharmaceutical problem. Since then, hence, we're not only like right now considered or recognized as a group of biotechnology company, but recently we have been recognized more as an incubator or accelerator. So just to note that I think a bottom 2 company is in fact like collaborational project with a partner to commercialize the tech that has been developed in our partnered site. So once again, as I mentioned, we have a laboratory facility in Japan, right outside the Tokyo metropolitan in a city called Kawasaki. There we have 2 labs, which is one is Nogawa lab focusing on bacterial and fungal lab, and KSP lab, which is focusing on algae and mammalian cell lab. We have a top-notch equipment which allow us to basically analyze and replicate and cultivate all these microbes and algae, which can be used, which shall be used basically for the industrial purpose in the future. So today, I would like to give you some quick introduction to what we do in Southeast Asian region. Of course, as I mentioned, our headquarters and outposts are in Singapore, but outside this area, we have been working on a variant project. Now, I guess today's main topic is about plantation, how we can contribute to plantation. But I would appreciate if you can not consider just only regular conventional plantation, but rather creating a new overall agricultural method in this region. So I would like to first start off from the algae project. So since 2012, Chitose has been working on cultivating algae for variant of product like chemical compound or even down to the jet fuel. And being considered as one of the leading company in the world as an algae company. In 2009, we have established a small-scale demonstration plant in Malaysia, Kuching, to develop the commercial application to see how to see the proof of concept of how we can cultivate algae in the tropical area. Throughout the work since the 2011, we have been finding that one of the biggest issues or biggest challenge that algae industries face is a scale up. So as a starting point, we have established this 1,000 meters square, but are currently working with variant partner to expand this to more wider region. So by 2025, we are hoping to expand this demonstration plant up to 20 to 40 hectare to see how we can use the carbon dioxide discharged from the coal and power plant. And at the end of the day, by 2030, we are expecting to expand this scale up to 1,000 hectare, which is enough to meet the price point of a current conventional fossil fuel product like jet fuels or chemical compound. As a starting point, in fact, this year, 2020, we have been granted by NEDO, which is one of the organizers for this event, to expand this small-scale demonstration plant to 5 hectare. And by working with NEDO, government entities like NEDO and industrial partner, we are hoping to expand the use of microalgae for a variety of products in the future. So again, we have been working on since 2012, and there's a multiple new learning that we have been finding so far to tackle the problems in Southeast Asia. So one of the biggest difference from Japan is, of course, the more frequent contamination caused from variant ecologies in Southeast Asia. Of course, we have more like flooding, water rains, which is on one hand an advantage, but on the other hand, hindering us from the cultivation of the algae. And of course, insufficient sunlight. We do have a consistent abundant sun exposure in Southeast Asia. However, sometimes there's a rainy season, we cannot get the enough sunshine. And at the same time, too much sunshine or excessive sunshine could also damage the algae cultivation. So to meet this condition, we have created our unique flat panel bioreactor system, which allow us to basically control this algae propagation or algae cultivation in more smaller unit, and at the same time maximize the use of the sun exposure by going slightly more vertical than just doing the open pond or raceway kind of photobioreactor. So through this, we are hoping to expand our capability in this Malaysia down to 1,000 hectare in the future. But meanwhile, we are trying to create some kind of like open innovation platform with the cross-industrial partners. We call it microalgae towards sustainable resilient industries. In short, we call it Matsuri. In Japanese, we Matsuri stands for festive, and we have named this event open platform with a hope to create some kind of a festive event by creating a new agricultural harvest in this region. Now, this is an open innovation platform to create the cross-industrial collaboration in algae application. So whatever we make or whatever we cultivate in Southeast Asia requires some kind of application. And we are hoping to announce the detail in 2021. But if there is any partners who's like interested in using a biotechnology or doing the algae work or replacing a current conventional petrochemical based product with the algae product, we are very much open to speak. So please reach out to me after this presentation. Now, the second topic is Chitose agriculture. So also in Malaysia, in Cameron Highland, we have been working on a high valued agricultural technology development, starting off with strawberries. Just to give you some information about Cameron Highland, it's the place is about 2 hours away from Kuala Lumpur, which is high up in the mountain. So it's slightly milder than in the lowland. However, and considered as a main supply area for the market like Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. Here from 2015, we have been working on this Chitose strawberry product. However, of course, we are not the only company that has been challenging on the Japanese quality agriculture in this region. However, one of the challenges that each product, each partner or each player face is usually separated into this value chain. For example, people like farmer who try to produce a product in this region have a difficulty unable to penetrate the market for the quality product, or like to aim the higher price in the market, or unable to find the agricultural material. Whereas people in the retail has a challenge to transfer these message and transfer these value, this sustainable value to the consumers. What we do is basically we connect all these farmers, distributor, retail, and by doing them ourselves, we control every value chain from the production, logistics, to retail to provide Japanese quality product. Of course, we have a technical, I would say, aspect in this project. In the production stage, we have what we call ITFM, Integrated Tropical Farming Management, which allow us to customize a Japanese sustainable technology to this tropical region. And of course, at the same time, we have, as I mentioned, we have down our own logistics, down to marketing capability, so to sustain, to transfer the full value of the sustainable technology to the customers. So what is like ITFM? So on the top, I guess you can see is a difference between Japan and Southeast Asia. And of course, this is actual finding or like discovery that we have found since we have moved our farm lab in Cameron Highland. So for example, in Japan, we have climate, whereas in Southeast Asia, it's tropical climate. But of course, at the same time, there's a raining season. In Japan, we have access to seasonal labor force with a high experience, which is technically a housewives that can be that can engaged in the seasonal, I think, harvesting during the harvesting time. Whereas at least in Cameron Highland, majority of agricultural operation has been done by the foreign labor source with a limited experience. In Japan, we can find a variety of agricultural solution, fertile soil that comes from seasonal climate, and of course the government grant to support the agriculture. In Southeast Asia, on the other hand, there's a limited, sometimes there's a limited water source, a special regulation, and environmental impact. Now, as for this less concern in environmental impact, I would like to note that this is not coming from just only about the concern, but the less access to the technology, accessible technology with a considerable price range. So to tackle these differences, we have created the integrated tropical farming management, which consists of 3 pillars: R&D, production, education. During the R&D, or within the R&D, we have been consistently doing the selection of a breed that meets the local environment. We have also conducted the improvement of cultivation, like pollination tech or pest control tech. Because, for example, one of the biggest challenge for the pollination tech is, and in Japan, honeybee, most honeybee has been used for this pollination. However, in Southeast Asia, in the local environment, we had some challenge of finding this, bringing in this Japanese honeybee. So we had to replicate this, all the condition in the local ecology. So that's something that we have been consistently doing in R&D. And of course, those technical capability established during the R&D will be reflected during the production. So it will be done in production. During the production, we have been using this pollination tech, also the temperature control technology, and so on. And at the end of the day, we do not wish to keep this technology within our own. Hence, we try to conduct a tech. We are currently in process of transferring to the local farmers, and by doing so, we are hoping to create. We are hoping to expand this more sustainable technologies in the region. Fortunately, these tomatoes and these strawberries and tomato, which we produce, has been highly regarded in the market. These are some of the partners that has been using our product in the region. For example, Ruffles Hotel, Marina Bay Sands has been one of the longest partners who's been using this product. And unfortunately, this year it was postponed, but usually F1 VIP Lounge has been using our strawberries as a VIP, I think, suite. Now, I think it's consumer, there has been some change in the consumer mindset that they should appreciate, or they should consider more sustainability, or they should consider recognize how the produce has been made till they reach on their table. Hence, we are at the same. We are also trying to create this farm to table kind of a concept. So to create more who would appreciate this sustainable product. Now, again, at this moment, we are also trying to see these opportunities in Indonesia. There is a great potential, a huge market in Jakarta, and also capability to conduct this agricultural production in the regional area. So if there is any partners who's interested in these kind of products, please let us know. So last but not least, it's a biomass utilization technology that mostly associate with palm plantation. So we have two major projects that associate with the palm plantation. One is the Chitose soil flora production to tackle one of the disease that has been affecting the palm oil. I guess for the people who is engaged in the palm oil industries, we all know that the Ganoderma, the disease, has been one of the biggest issue that the industries face. These are expected to. These are mainly due to the ecology, the less ecology within the soil due to the continuous during the palm oil plantation. What we do is we basically create the soil-like solution from the EFB to bring back this ecology, more variety of microbial flora within the soil, so that the natural microbial condition can prevent Ganoderma from dominating the environment. So once again, the concept of Chitose flora is as it is. On the left-hand side, there is a conventional situation where synthetic pesticide and synthetic fertilizer has been used continuously, has been used over and over, which damage the soil flora or soil ecologies of microbial condition. So this will basically do a number of microbe within the soil, which makes the concentration of a pathogenic microbe and cause some issues like Ganoderma. On the other hand, what we do is we try to provide or inoculate a Chitose soil flora to provide an optimized fiber to the environment. And by doing so, we will keep the soundness of a microbial ecosystem within the soil, so to prevent the Ganoderma from dominating the soil. So again, this is like one of the project that we have been using our technology to tackle the problem that palm oil is facing. At the same time, we are also tackling on the other element, the aquatic plant cultivation capability. Now, this has been done in Sabah, Malaysia, which is northwest of Kalimantan, northeast of Kalimantan, to basically purify to decrease the BOD within the palm oil effluent water, palm oil mill effluent water. So by cultivating this aquatic plant for duckweed, called duckweed, we have been and continuously harvesting this aquatic biomass. We have been succeeding to purify the pomade down to below 20 ppm, which is the highest within Malaysia as a water treatment regulation standard. And at the same time, yes?
You have three minutes. You have 3 minutes.
So utilizing, understood. By utilizing this biomass as a feed or a compost material, we have given the palm oil plantation another revenue source by simultaneously with purifying this water. So once again, before I close, we are currently trying to combine this to plantation operation. Of course, we have an element like a Chitose soil flora. We have an element like Chitose duckweed purification system, but we are hoping to circulate nutrient factor like NPK, and to create the circulation of this natural resource, and hence I think create the ideal in the future. So that's about it. So before I close, I just want to give you the take-home message. We have an element of technologies. However, we consider ourselves as a technical provider or technical solution provider. To do that, whatever the problem that the industry is facing is basically also the challenge for us. So of course, if there's any audience who's interested in these topic that I have spoken, please let me know. Even if not, if you feel that there is some problem that can be solved in this organic or biotechnology, do let us know. We're more than happy to have a conversation. Thank you for your audience, and hope to speak to you. Hope to hear your question in the Q&A.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fukui. I hope we all enjoyed this amazing presentation. The participants is welcome to write the questions in the Q&A chat, and please write your name and the question to whom. Okay. And now we will have a short speech by Professor Dr. Eniya Listiani Dewi. She will explain about the collaboration between BPPT and NEDO. Please, Professor Eniya, time is yours.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Eniya to moshimasu. BPPT kara oiwai desu. Now, BPPT have several projects on new and renewable energy, especially for the electricity. We have a smart grid project at even Serpong, at Sumba Island, and also at Baron Technopark, located at Yogyakarta. Then we have also a geothermal project on Kamojang, Lahendong, and we will have a new project also at Sumatra Island. This is our opportunity to have a several collaboration, including in the electricity and also in developing of biomass to produce bioenergy. And consider about the bioenergy project, we have several plans also for biogas located at Riau, and we're developing a low-cost investment of biogas electricity plant at Riau, and then we have a pilot plan of fluid catalytic cracking to produce green gasoline, and then we also have a biocrude oil plant. Now is still developing as a pilot project located at Serpong. And then we have also a project, a national collaboration between BPPT and Ministry of Energy. We contribute to the implementation of B30, that is mixing of biodiesel 30% to diesel oil. And this program increase of the development for B40, B50, and also the next project, the huge project is National Energy Plantation, only dedicated to make a fuel. This is regarding to accelerate how we can produce the raw material to create, to support the bioenergy system. And we hope ongoing project of BPPT can also join with NEDO, with Japan as a national project. And we hope several collaboration between BPPT and NEDO to accelerate the implementation of new and renewable energy in Indonesia. これでありがとうございました。
Thank you. Now we come to the second presenter. Welcome, Dr. Teuku Tajuddin. Dr. Teuku Tajuddin will talk about oil palm seed micropropagation technology. Dr. Tajuddin, time is yours.
Thank you, Ibu Moderator. I would like to thank all of you for the opportunity before us to present our activity, especially in oil palm. Let's can start with the presentation. So, why is oil palm is important for us? Oil palm is, has an important role for Indonesian economy. It accounts for 1.5 to 2.5% of total gross domestic product. The oil palm also is widely used in food, medicine, cosmetic, and bioenergy industry. Oil palm plantation in Indonesia, more than 16 million hectares. Yeah, it's based on the data from Ministry of Agriculture. The oil palm that widely cultivated in Indonesia is a species from Aelis guinensis and the variety of Tenera. So the area extensification for oil palm now has been limited. So our government focused on the increase the productivity and also launched the replanting program. So because there are a lot of plantation which is belong to the farmer has reached the 20-old tree. So we need to replanting to increase the productivity. And based on the president instruction in 2019, the government now focus on the using high quality seed and utilize oil palm for the renewable energy. So the government program aims to increase the productivity of oil palm plantation and improve the welfare of farmers. The use of high quality seed is one of success key to the production of plantation. So high quality palm seed are normally produced by generative seed after crossing two selected mother plants. Normally we use the Dura to get the 100% Tenera. But I would like to tell you that there is another method to producing high quality clone, which clone has the same superior properties as the parent. Its name is vegetative micropropagation or plant tissue culture. What is the advantage of plant tissue culture in oil palm? It increases the fresh food plant production by 30 to 35% compared to the generative seed. So you also to produce this clone, we don't need a large area, and clone can be produced anytime. There's no climate constraint. Oil palm clones can be produced on a large scale, possessing the same superior properties as the parent. That's very important. And the clone produced are uniform. So the application of stringent protocol at every step in the oil palm clone produce process can be reduced the occurrence of abnormalities or mental fruit. Where the oil palm seeds are planted in the plantation. It happened, I think, 10 years ago, where the production of the tissue culture plant creates the abnormality in the plantation. So the mental fruit is a fruit that has no oil content and is not expected to appear in the palm fruit branch. So the stage of oil palm tissue culture in solid media is what we did since 1995. There are so many steps in this to produce a clone for oil palm. Compared with other plants, sometimes in one step of media can create the shoot, the root, or even multiply in the same time. But not for the oil palm. It's very unique here. So we have to first select the mother, which is healthy and vigor with high productivity. And then we take the young shoot. Normally young shoot is in the top of the tree. And then we sterilize it in our laboratory. And the next step is callus induction. Callus normally produced in the young leaf. This step alone takes time. So it cannot be replaced. It takes 3 to 4 years. The next step is the somatic embryo induction from callus. This step also takes sometimes 6 months, and those good generation from embryo or and then we transfer the next step into the rooting media. After the root comes normally after 4 months, we can transfer. We call it plant outside the greenhouse. We are for another 2 months. And then the last step in our laboratory is the pre-nursery. It takes 6 to 8 months. And now after the pre-nursery, we can transform. I mean, we can transfer. So for this activity, we have collaboration with PT Astra Agro Study in Kalimantan since 2011. We accomplished the oil palm seed propagation and conducting field tests up to harvest. So we already sent the 7,500 oil palm clones to produce from the solid media and already planted in the our partner Plantation. So the first observation after we transfer the 1,000 clone, we start the observation looking for the level of abnormalities, and it takes sometimes 2 to 4 years to identify whether it is normal or abnormal, because normally the oil palm tree can produce first fruit after 2 years. So it's very common. After 4 years, we can realize whether it is abnormal or normal. So we expected, of course, the normal plant. Okay. And after we do the experiment in the solid media, we realized that the production cost is very high, which also is produced very low cloth. So the constraint of this solid media is low callus induction rate. So as I told you before, from the leaf, we transfer to the solid media and it grows callus. But the rate normally only 20 to 30% of the all leaf can produce callus. And then from callus, we induce the embryo somatic in the also in the solid media, and it's also even low, 3 to 5%, and also the variation of the regeneration ability. So we already identified that from many plants, some of them they cannot even grow any somatic embryos. So some plants with high ability, so we identified, use that plant as a mother plant. We can come back after we take a sample, young leaf. We can come back 2 years again, to take the same sample from the same mother plant. And the solid media is very high labor cost. Yeah, as you understand, so many steps. So every step we need to make media, we need to sterilize the media, and also more space required. I mean, in the laboratory, we have a laboratory with more than 10 rooms. It's normally occupied by oil palm. This result of low production of clone. we try to resolve the problem by using liquid media. So we try already the liquid media in method of suspension culture, and the second is temporary immersion culture. So in the liquid media, actually this combination of the solid liquid, starting point is still in solid media from leaf. They produce callus and produce early stage of embryo callus, and then from that stage we transfer to the solid, from solid to the liquid media. Normally in solid media, they only produce 3 to 5% of embryogenesis, but in solid it's almost 100%. You can increase it, and this also takes a lower time. In 4 months, we can produce the embryogenesis multiplication. And then the next step is to induce the somatic embryos into the plantlet. It also takes only 4 months to produce shoot initiation. So of course, there is an advantage of liquid media compared to solid culture. The larger scale can be applied in the liquid media because it has higher production of embryo culture, lower cost of media. Since you know the difference between solid and liquid media is in solidifying agent. Solidifying is make the medium become solid. So why it is important? Because oil palm is need high purity solidifying agent. If we use the medium or low purity, the embryogenic cannot be initiated. So it's different with other plants. So in my experience, it's only oil palm we need high purity solidifying agent, which is it's very expensive. So without using solidifying agent, it reduce cost very significant. So all of embryogenic callus are in direct contact in nutrition inside the medium, so they can grow equally and faster. So with this collaboration, we have obtained oil palm tissue culture protocol with low fruit abnormalities. This already 3 years observation. Of course, we can conclude this observation after 4 years. So up to now, we still now experience the abnormality in the plantation. And another achievement is production of high quality of oil palm seed, because we use the high quality mother plant, so the clone is the same as the parent. So providing the material for the research on improving oil palm, so for transformation method, genome editing, and mutation. So because now we get so many embryogenetic, somatic embryogenesis, so we can use any research using this embryogenesis. So we already did it with the transformation and mutation. And next year we start with for genome editing with this embryogenesis. Until now, there is no production of oil palm seed in our lab yet, because it's still confirming the protocol and field test result, hopefully next year. So I would like to inform you that we also have another collaboration research in genetic transformation. So the objective of this activity is to improve the oil composition using DNA technology and genetic engineering for scientific and other purposes. Genetic transformation on oil palm, we use the agrobacterium tumefaciens and particle bombardment. We have already a collaboration with Fuji Oil of Japan since 2011. We already start with the genes analysis and then do the gene and vector construction and optimize the procedure of gene transfer. We did it on leaf, on callus, and also on somatic embryos. So for putative transformation selection, we use the antibiotic or herbicide. We obtain the putative transgenics of callus, which is expressed the blue spot of marker gene gas. So as the conclusion of our activities here, oil palm is a sort of plant oil with various benefits. In order to maintain and increase productivity, the increase of oil palm land area must be accompanied by intensification of cultivation technique and the use of certified high-quality seed. Tissue culture technology is suitable method for oil palm clone production. The application of tissue culture technology with the improved protocol can produce high-quality oil palm clone or seed without fruit abnormalities in the field. The increased demand for high-quality seed has made clone micropropagation a solution to the method of supplying oil palm seed in Indonesia. Okay, thank you, Mr. Moderator. That's all of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tajuddin, for interesting presentation. Waktu saya kembalikan kepada MC. Saya cukupkan sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, terima kasih kepada Ibu Anis, kepada Mr. Kengo FUKUI, Bapak Teuku Tajuddin atas presentasinya yang bermanfaat. Terima kasih juga untuk sesi tanya jawab yang sudah dipandu dan kepada interpreter yang sudah menerjemahkannya.
スピーカーの皆様、非常に有用なプレゼンテーションをありがとうございました。で、アニスヘリアティ様、質問、モデレーターや質疑応答のセッションを盛り上げていただきありがとうございました。
Saat ini kita akan mendengarkan Introduction of Japan Public Support Scheme, Introduction of NEXI Risk Measure for Successful Forage Business yang akan dibawakan oleh Mr. Koji Yamashita sebagai Chief Representative for Asia and Oceania General Manager Singapore Branch Nippon Export and Investment Insurance atau NEXI. Kepada Mr. Yamashita Koji, kami persilahkan.
続きましては、山下浩二様により、日本の公的支援制度の導入、海外事業成功ためのリスク尺度についてのプレゼンテーションを行います。山下様は株式会社日本貿易保険アジア・オシアニア地域層代表シンガポール支店長として務めています。それでは山下浩二支店長、どうぞ。
Thank you for your introduction and having a very great opportunity to introduce NEXI's activities. My name is Koji Yamashita from NEXI Singapore branch, and I follow the Japanese company's business activities in Indonesia. My presentation is focused on financial perspective to realize the biomass-related project Indonesia. Today, I'd like to introduce briefly about how NEXI can support the Japanese company's activities in Indonesia in the field of biomass. So NEXI is a 100% Japanese government-owned stock company, and we support the Japanese companies' businesses by providing insurance service that covers political risks and commercial risks, Japanese companies, global businesses. This slide shows more details about the risks we cover in global business of Japanese companies. In global businesses, sometimes unexpected events that one company cannot handle happen. Natural disaster is one of the most understandable ones. and we call them a political risk, and NEXI covers the loss of your business. Also, your business partner may not pay for your export, or in the worst case, go into bankruptcy. So we call it the commercial risks, and we cover such risks as well. So I will explain each of our products. This product is for Japanese exporters. When you try to export goods to Indonesia for your biomass-related business, you can use export credit insurance. This insurance covers both political risk and credit risks on your export. When importer in Indonesia need loan to purchase Japanese products, Japanese commercial bank can use NEXI's insurance for the loan. This insurance will facilitate the loan from Japanese commercial bank, which will contribute to the biomass project in Indonesia. Also, when Japanese companies involved in a project in Indonesia, they may need for loan to finance the project. Here, NEXI can insure for the loan provided by the Japanese companies or banks. The last one is an investment insurance. For the Japanese company's investment of biomass project in Indonesia, we cover political risks, including natural disasters. If investors purchase the insurance for investment insurance. So when it comes to the biomass project, NEXI has a special scheme to cover higher risks, which is called loan insurance for green innovation. NEXI has contributed lots of Japanese businesses in the field of energy and infrastructure in Indonesia, and we would like to continue to contribute the environmentally friendly development in Indonesia. And if you have any questions or consultations, please feel free to send an email to our office or call to our phone. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih pada Mr. Koji Yamashita. Baiklah, Bapak Ibu, kita telah sampai di penghujung acara webinar kita hari ini. Sebelum saya menutup acara ini, terdapat beberapa informasi terkait webinar di tanggal 17 Desember 2020 dan terkait pengisian form evaluasi untuk mendapatkan sertifikat. Bagi Bapak dan Ibu yang ingin mendapatkan sertifikat, mohon dapat mengisi link evaluasi yang ditunjukkan pada layar Bapak dan Ibu.
本日のウェビナー終了となりますが、その前に明日のウェビナーおよび評価フォームのご記入に関連するいくつかの情報があります。1日目と2日目にすでにアンケートをご記入した方にも本日のアンケートのご記入をお願いします。
Bagi Bapak dan Ibu yang sudah mengisi link evaluasi webinar hari pertama dan kedua, diharapkan tetap mengisi link evaluasi hari ini. Ketika Bapak dan Ibu bersedia menjawab kuesioner, akan diberikan materi yang memuat resume teknologi dan kontak dari 3 perusahaan Jepang yang memberikan presentasi di hari kedua, ketiga, dan keempat. Ditambah lagi materi ringkas yang berisi informasi skema support dan kontak 7 lembaga publik Jepang yang memberikan informasi dalam webinar ini. Oleh karena itu, mohon kerjasamanya untuk menjawab kuesioner. Dan pada tanggal 17 nanti akan ada webinar lanjutan dari hari ini. Bagi Bapak dan Ibu yang belum mendaftar, dapat mendaftarkan diri melalui link yang terlampir.
証明書を習得したい方は評価リンクと QR コードが画面に表示されるところにご記入をお願いします。積極的にアンケートをご記入する方には2日目から4日目のプレゼンテーション資料や日本企業の3社の連絡先を提供させていただきます。 そしてサポートスキームや7つの公的機関の連絡先も提供しますので、アンケートのご協力をお願いします。明日は最終日になりますが、引き続きウェビナーがございますので、まだ登録していない方はどうぞ添付のリンクに登録してください。
Terima kasih pada Bapak dan Ibu atas partisipasinya hari ini. Mohon maaf bila selama memandu acara terdapat hal-hal yang kurang berkenan. Semoga kita bisa bertemu kembali di acara webinar yang selanjutnya. Selamat siang dan selamat kembali beraktivitas.
本日はウェビナーにご参加いただき誠にありがとうございました。イベント中何か不備がございましたらお許しください。次のウェビナーに会えるのを楽しみにしています。皆様本日ありがとうございました。